For more information on the Mi Box, visit their official. So what you're seeing right now is a Xiaomi Mi Box TV, Android TV OS 6.0, and I think it's their second or third generation Mi Box TV before, but this is the one that's public wide. The Mi Box build is really good. The only thing I don't like about is the storage space, just because it only stores 8 GB of space, and after you install all the apps, then it goes down to 5 GB. So I highly recommend buying a USB flash drive with a big storage space. Now I love how round it is and how unique the look is, and it's real small and thin, and it's the size of my palm. Now the back of it, you got your power output, one USB slot, HDMI, and audio port. Now the sides of it is, as you can see, it's really thin, and it's about the size of my palm, and you can see the sensors in the front, and just the grip of it at the back, so it doesn't move a lot as well. So it's really closed up. I haven't really tested how hot it can get, but just far, the only thing I don't like about is that there's no SD card, micro SD slot on this device. Now onto the remote, which is a lot bigger than the actual device itself. Now it does familiarize with Fire TV remote and a little bit of the Shield TV. Now it does have a power button, which I actually like, and the volume button, physical volume button. And the only thing I don't like about this is you have to have AAA batteries rather than the rechargeable ones that you've seen on the Shield TV. But everything else is response time is really good, and it's soft. It's not clicky as like the Shield TV, but the only drawback that I don't like about the remote is where the mic sits is at the very top of the remote, and I wish it was in the front of the remote, so it's a lot easier for your voice to be picked up, because you'll see later on in this video how it doesn't pick up that good. So here it is loading up. I did speed up the time loading. It took about, I think, about 30 seconds to load up, or 45 seconds, and then it straights on through. Now alright, so we're going to take a look on the Android TV OS on the Mi Box TV. What I love about it, the OS, is just it's built for TV. And I know it's Android, but it's not Android OS on your tablet or your phone. So let's get that out of the way. This is actually Android TV OS. So you can't just sideload any app and expect it to be a TV wide app, you know what I mean? But it won't. It'll just be the square box that you see in the middle. Now aside from that, this is all these apps are made for actual TV UI. So as you can see right here. Now before I go on, I'm gonna go to settings, and let's go to about, so I can show you. As you can see, the device name is Mi Box 3, the model, and the version of the OS is 6.0.1, so it's Marshmallow, as you can see from right there. Now it is limited to storage. As you can see, you only get internal storage, you get like 8 GB, I think, but after, this is what you'll get with a little bit of install. I do have a USB drive installed on there on the back, which is only 16 GB, as you can see right there. So you could use that as an internal if you wanted to. And then obviously you could connect all your Bluetooth speaker to it, because it doesn't have other than the HDMI port, which is you could do it by there as well. So that's it for right now. There's no Ethernet port, but you could get a USB Ethernet port, which I'll link down below. But as you can see, I have it linked to my 5G connection Wi-Fi, and so far it's actually doing pretty good. I don't have a 4K TV, obviously, as you can see right here. Let's bump it up to 1080p 60 Hertz, obviously. As you can see, it confirmed right there. And then you could have HDR off or on. I have it on auto, depending on what the type of video play is. And Google Cast, you could actually cast whatever you want on here, just as long as it's actually on, which I like. So you don't have the cost of it. The Chromecast is actually like $35, and the new one for the Ultra Chromecast is about $69. But all you can do to it is just cast. So you make up your mind. You want to buy the $69 Mebox TV and get this full UI OS on it, or just this casting. So that depends on you, what you actually like. So let me go on with this Mebox Recommends over here, which I don't like because it's kind of like a bloatware on your Mebox TV. Now, obviously these are not installed, but they want you to install it, as you can see right there. And then I did install some apps, as you can see right here, down at the bottom. Now, let's say you didn't want the Mebox Recommends here all the time. There's actually a way to do that. So you go to settings and go to apps, go to system apps, and go all the way to the right until you get to the end of it, and go to lean back customizer, and just disable it. When you click disable, go ahead and click OK. Now when you head back out to it, you won't see it anymore, and you'll see just your apps that installed. Now obviously you could uninstall all these apps if it is installed. By doing that, it's just by going to settings, go to apps, and then obviously like right here, I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall that and go ahead and click OK. What surprises me, such a little box with such pretty good specs. I mean, it's not no NVIDIA Shield, if that's what you're trying to imply. It's not at all NVIDIA Shield. It's probably like the little brother of it. Another thing is, as you can see right there, right? So the other thing you could actually do on the Android TV is, see if you see all these YouTube, and then my Plex and my MTV and Stars and all this stuff that's recommended to you. You could actually take this out by going to settings. For example, we're gonna take out all the YouTube stuff. So we're gonna go to settings, go to apps, go system settings, go all the way to the back, the end of it, until you see YouTube, and go ahead and go to notifications, and go ahead and turn it off. So when you go back, you won't see no more YouTube recommendations up here. All you see is what you actually want to watch. Before I go on about streaming and stuff, everybody probably is wondering if it runs Plex. Well, as you can see, I'm running Plex right now, and I actually installed it, so you can see right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and play a video. So you can see it's 1080p, ACC, and stereo. I'm gonna go ahead and play that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and resume so you can see the quality of the video. And this is streaming on Wi-Fi, and I don't have a 4K monitor, but this is what it looks like. Now, as you can see, I'm streaming the original, so you can see right there. So what's cool is it actually keeps up surprisingly with the stream and stuff like that. I just skipped through it, as you can see. Sorry about the no sounds, that's just the whole YouTube copyright stuff. So I'm gonna back out of it real quick, and then I'm gonna show you SPMC. The reason why I like SPMC better than Kodi, just because of this function alone. Big ups to Queen for developing this SPMC version of Kodi. The reason, this is my actually build. So if you want to go to search, this is running off the one of the add-ons. So if I go to TV shows and I click on IP, and that brings up the voice stuff. So I can just say, as you can see right there, so it picks up pretty good rather than you typing. This is probably the only reason why I run SPMC on Android TV OS on the Shield and the Mebox. So I'll try it again for you. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. So as you can see there, it actually puts it in the... Now I did want to show you a 4K MP4 file and a 1080p MP4 file on my SPMC app that I'm going to play right now, so you can see how fast the 4K is, right? So as you can see, it's 4K 5.1 digital, and this is not running off Wi-Fi. This is actually running off my USB storage drive, because as you can see, it's a little laggy. Not gonna lie, not sure about 4K on this box, even though I don't have a 4K TV, but as you can see, it's 2160 and it's running off my USB storage drive, so it's not running on the box internally. The problem with the remote, you have to actually put the remote right in your face, like in your mouth, basically. Not inside your mouth, but around that area, and you have to tilt it so the mic is on top. There's a little hole there, so sometimes it doesn't get it. So if we were go to and just I could click to type, but what's the use of that? Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. See, as you can see, I had to say it on the very top. As you can see, it has a universal search. It's available on Netflix and available on Hulu, or you could pay for it. And then some stuff at the bottom, which links up pretty fast. So if I were to just go click on Hulu, and I think it goes straight to it. I've actually never used this option. As you can see, it's loading. And then I think this is as an ad. Which is a little weird. Oh, it went to Breaking Bad, the episode, which is kind of cool, I guess. Let's go ahead and try it on Netflix. And it plays right away of season 5, which is kind of cool. So as you can see right there, I'm gonna go ahead and show you a 4K video YouTube, but it won't play 4K. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go 4K videos. 4K videos. So it picks up. That's the only thing probably bad about the remote. And then the Wi-Fi, it's hanging on, as you can see. I'm gonna go to the quality, as you can see, 1080p, and it's playing that 4K style video, I guess. But obviously it's not. And this is the quality of the Mebox TV. It looks, to me, it looks good. I know I don't have a 4K video to show off and stuff like that, but this is what it looks like. And fast forward to it, as you can see. Now, I don't recommend playing games on this, but obviously you can. But with the limited storage space, it kind of defeats the purpose of that, right? So it kind of... but you could have an external storage plugged in and stuff like that. So these recommends, as you can see, it's a little slow at times when you're going too fast. But overall, it's actually a pretty great box. If I go to Sling, and then it just straight to it, it loads up pretty fast. I mean, you gotta have a good internet and router to just actually, so you can see, not sure if it's 1080p or 720p that's playing right now. It's kind of hard to tell watching it on so that's a little sum of the Android Mebox TV, Android OS. You could actually delete any of the apps that you don't want and make it your own and stuff like that. So I hope I hope I answered everything you wanted to see on this review. Now, the only downside to this review, it doesn't have Ethernet port or a micro SD slot, but you could fix that with a converter you could plug with a USB slot, and I'll be linked down below so you can check that out. And think of this, the Mi Box, as the little brother of the Shield TV. I mean, I don't want you to get like a bunch of Mi Box spending $69 when you could actually just save for $199 for a Shield TV. So other than that, it's great to cast and it's great to stream. And make sure you guys subscribe and follow me on Twitter. And thanks again.